it's time for the drop right here. This is where we have conversations that impact the culture. Today, since Gucci Mane is out of jail, but unfortunately, our boy Bobby Shmurda is still in jail, today's drop conversation is about, does law enforcement misunderstand rap? So I want to introduce my influencers that's holding it down across the globe. I got my boy Edward right here. Edward, what up?
What up? Chillin', man. How are you?
Glad to have you back. My baby girl Nadine in the middle right here. Hold it down for me.
Hey.
And on my left, I got my girl Ashley. What up?
Hey.
What it is, of course, Umrit is still out and about. I got my girl Hannah Rad in New York. And let's get into it. Nadine, I'm coming to you first. Do you feel like the law enforcement, just doesn't understand the rap game?
I think it's definitely been a thing pretty much since Two Live Crew and that whole case, like back in the 80s, where it's hard to get the mainstream side to kind of understand where rappers are coming from. It's almost like a generational thing. So almost, I want to almost say that as we get deeper into the generations with people that grew up with rap, maybe it'll be a little easier to understand, but as of now, it's still the same thing.
Absolutely. Ashley, I have a question. Do you feel like artists are being judged a little too harshly on their lyrical content?
I feel like they definitely are, and I feel that as an artist, you should be able to express yourself through your lyrics and your music, and you should be unapologetic for it. I feel like they're very harshly judged for it.
Edward, how you feel about that, man? If you made a rap today talking about maybe something that's not so polite, do you feel like you should go to jail for that, or that should be used against you in jail?
Nah,
or in the court?
It's my right. These artists are just storytellers like any other artist. The story might not be true, it might be, we don't know. And it's to each his own. If somebody takes that and does something off of it, that's their thing, not the artist's problem.
Absolutely. Now, it's only right if we're talking law that I come to my man, Umrit Singh. Talk to me about this, man. How do you feel about it?
Well, Damage, I'm not going to tell you how I feel about it, but I will tell you where the law stands on it. From a legal standpoint.
Okay.
From a legal standpoint, just to kind of clear things up a little bit. When you're talking about things like rap lyrics, as potential evidence, that the way that the court's going to look at it as potential evidence, whether they're going to admit that evidence into trial for a jury to consider, is whether they're balancing whether it's probative versus prejudicial. And what that basically means is that if something is probative, that means that it actually goes to prove the charge in the case. If it's prejudicial, that means that it's actually just going to get the jurors thinking a certain way about a person without actually talking about the specific crime at play in the case. You understand what I'm saying? So basically, when you're getting evidence in, if it can prove the identity of a person, like in other words, Johnny Cash, right?
Okay.
This is not a rap song. This is a country song. He said, I killed a man in Reno just to watch him die. No one actually charged Johnny Cash for a murder in Reno because obviously that was art. It was very obvious.
That was proverbial, right? That's what you were saying?
Right. Now, if I said, if I released some kind of country track where I sang about how I left a body dead at the corner of Hollywood and Highland at 2 o'clock in the morning last night, and then the body shows up at 2:05 in the morning at Hollywood and Highland, that is definitely admissible because that is called probative evidence. So that's kind of the way you think about those kind of lyrics.
All right, I want to talk to my girl Hannah, because me and Hannah, over the years have been in many rap battles. And do you feel like, people should be able to judge us on our lyrical content in the courts?
We in that New York, Philly, LA trifecta rap beef, I think. But I got 4 words for you. Free Gucci, free speech.
Ooh. Just like that. Okay, now, Nadine, do you feel like there's some rappers, not even recently, just in the past, that have been, maybe unjustly accused of things because of their rap lyrics?
I guess there've been a few, the most recent one being Mr. Shmurda, and it's just it's a sad situation because I guess it goes back to his definition, your man's definition as far as legally of what it looks like. I don't know what all, the documents look like, but they're really trying to kind of have this man in there for a while.
Yeah.
So, besides him and then Eminem back in the day, and then, it's been countless people where the lyrics have been held against them, which it doesn't always translate to being what should be done, I guess.
Ashley, I see you shaking your head. You can jump in there if you want to.
Yeah, when she mentioned Eminem, that was controversial for me and my upbringing. My mom wouldn't let me have that album. And I went behind her back and I actually bought the unedited version of it. And she didn't want me to have it because of the lyrical content. But, he's a musician. It was good lyrics. Sorry about it,
Edward, do you have that Eminem CD? I see you shake your head too. That's one of your favorite CDs over there?
Bro, you know I had it. But I'm like, we live in America. Like, we should listen to what we want to listen to and be able to say what we want to say. We don't live in some crazy country. We live in the States.
Absolutely.
We shouldn't be scared to say things.
I hear you, man. Shout out to everybody that held us down on this conversation.